Well, Betty Broderick, there's a new article in People magazine. If you don't know who she is, you better get on this because this is the most iconic story of the 80s. There's a million Lifetime movies, a million documentaries. This was the story of all stories when it came to this kind of true crime of a scorned woman, a scorned ex-wife she couldn't let it go, and she's just an icon. She's an icon. Obviously, you don't have the right to kill anybody, but this was such a huge story. It's just like the girl, what was the other girl, the one that cut the guy's wiener off? It's just like that. It's just as iconic. So she died, she passed away. She was serving 2 consecutive sentences for the 1989 killings of her ex-husband and his new wife at the time of her death. If you like true crime and you haven't heard of this, you should go watch. There's a million docs and Lifetime and all that movies about it because it's really good. It's really sad. She obviously had mental health issues. They were married for, I think, 20 years. He hired this woman to be his legal assistant, and when Betty accused him of cheating, he denied it, but then later wanted to file for divorce, left her, and ended up with the girl. And yeah, it was tumultuous to say the least. Betty Broderick's son, Daniel Broderick, is sharing new details about the death of his mother, who died in prison at the age of 78 while serving a life sentence for killing her ex-husband and his new wife in 1989. In a statement to TMZ, Daniel said that his mother had suffered a number of septic infections before her death. He said she also had a serious fall at the California Institution for Women, where she was in custody approximately 3 weeks before her death, which resulted in broken ribs. According to Daniel, Betty was on life support at the time of her death, which her son said occurred in an ICU off prison grounds and unable to communicate. He told TMZ that Betty was surrounded by all 4 of her children when she died. That's so sad. She had to live her whole life in jail with her 4 kids out, and the kids lost both their parents essentially because the dad's dead, the stepmother's dead, and the mom is in jail. In a statement to People, California Department of Corrections Rehabilitation spokesperson confirmed that Betty was transported from the California Institution for Women to an outside medical facility for a higher level of care. The spokesman additionally said that she was pronounced dead May 8th at 3:40 a.m. She died of natural causes. Okay, Betty, whose full name is Elizabeth A. Broderick, gained national notoriety after killing her husband, Dan Broderick, and his new wife, Linda, on November 5th, 1989. Betty and Dan wed in 1969 and shared 4 children. In the early 1980s, Dan began an affair with Linda, a former flight attendant whom he had hired to work as his legal assistant amid marital woes with Betty. Though he denied the affair following Betty's initial suspicions, Dan eventually left Betty and filed for divorce in 1985. The two battled over the sale of their family home and custody of their children. So he had an affair for a good few years, 5 years or something, before he filed for divorce. Dan and Linda married in 1989, and Betty shot and killed the couple in their bed a year later. Betty was eventually convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder and sentenced in 1991 to 2 consecutive terms of 15 years to life, with the possibility of parole plus 2 years for illegal use of a firearm. So in 2017, San Diego County Deputy District Attorney said Betty was completely unrepentant and described her as a defiant. This lady had zero regret. She was off her rocker. I remember the story like the back of my hand. She didn't give a crap. I mean, her kids, what? Who are they? She had nothing on her mind other than the fact that this mother effer left her, cheated on her after 20 years and was married to the new wife. She could not get over it. And I think that's why it's so fascinating, because when you see the stories, I've seen so many movies about it. It's just, it's not funny, obviously, but it's funny in the sense that if you take a step back and you just look at, she was kooky. She was a kooky woman. She obviously was off her rocker. She was not well, and she was hyper fixated on this man. So it's kind of funny to me. I guess I have a weird sense of humor that she just could not let it go. And over her dead body were those people gonna like live happily ever after. Not on her watch. She'd rather die in jail. And that's what happened. She died in jail. So Betty claimed that she met the requirements for parole and should have been released years before. I have no one to speak for me. This was a case of domestic abuse, a pattern of coercive control that lasted throughout our marriage until the day I killed him, Betty alleged in a letter to Murder Me famous producers. Now I am only a political prisoner. They have no reason to deny my parole. She's delusional. You killed 2 people, lady. You shouldn't ever have parole. You don't have a right to kill people. People do have a right to be assholes. They have a right to cheat, and they have a right to do all these other things that are not illegal. So you're just, no matter what, you can't kill two people. You just can't. And that poor woman, I mean, obviously, I say poor woman because she didn't deserve to die. She was having an affair with your husband. And yeah, you should have punched her in the face or something, but you didn't have a right to kill her. You just didn't. And, now her family's grieving. So she was scheduled to be up for parole again in 2032. She would have been 84 years old. That woman, I don't know why I just find her so comical, because she's just so crazy. Like, she's obviously not well, and it just makes me laugh because she went through great lengths to really get back at this man, and she was never going to stop. And it's just kind of funny. It's not funny. It's obviously very sad for her children, for all the other family members involved, but she was off her rocker. And it is kind of funny in that sense. But this is, rest in peace. May you meet him. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say see him on the other side, but no. I mean, it's terrible, but it is an iconic story. So if you haven't heard about it, definitely go watch it.